I apologize in advance if the lighting is terrible. It's been a rainy day in New Jersey. So it has been over 2 years since I started my journey switching careers to UX design, and the world has changed so much. In case you're new to my channel and you don't know my story, hi, I am Morgan, and I graduated in 2020 with a degree in international business. I was in marketing for about a year, starting in my last year of college, and I just realized that marketing wasn't for me. I had to basically make a decision of if I was going to go into marketing full-time after I graduated, and I just really didn't want to. I got into marketing because I thought it was going to be connecting customers in a business. Felt more like pushing things on customers. It didn't sit right with me. And through that job, I learned what UX design was. Fell in love with it. And in November of 2020, I signed up for Career Foundry, which is a UX design bootcamp. I graduated that in 6 months. And then 6 months after that, I got a job as a UX designer for my dream company. So I'm gonna tell you right now that for me, a bootcamp was worth it. And if by the end of the video, you decide that a bootcamp is right for you and you're interested in Career Foundry, I do have a referral link in the description. It will give you 5% off of the total course amount. UX design has become such a popular career, bordering trendy. I've had people in my personal life switch over to UX design. I've had friends of friends. I have had even one friend is a teacher of UX design at a technical high school, which is crazy. And I get a lot of questions if a UX design bootcamp is still worth it in 2023 because the market has become so saturated. So to answer your question, and if you've been on the channel for a while, you know my 2 favorite words. It depends. So let's start with where you are in your life and in your career. So if you're pretty young, maybe just out of high school, and you don't have a bachelor's degree, I would go to college, because this day and age, unless you have a decade of working experience, a bachelor's degree, doesn't matter what it's in generally, is going to be required for you to get a UX design job. So I would just go to school and get a degree in UX design or human-computer interaction, something related to the design field. And that doesn't mean that it has to be an arts degree, it can be science. So if you're no longer college age and you've been working for a while, a boot camp might be a better choice for you. Depending on your job and your company, you might even be able to transfer internally, and your company may even pay for you to get a UX design education if that's something that they feel that they need. So something else that you need to consider is your learning style. This is going to be a huge factor in whether a boot camp is worth it. And there are so many different boot camps out there now. There's one to fit any learning style. I wanted something self-paced and part-time. It's just how I learn. I need to be in the mood to learn. So if there were like scheduled class times, I just feel like I would just show up and sort of be on autopilot instead of actually caring about the studying and the work that I do. And I also wanted the opportunity to work while I studied. So if you're just sort of on the fence about a boot camp, look around, find a boot camp that's right for you. I have a few videos that can help you out. But a boot camp will 100% not be worth it if it doesn't match your learning style. If you don't learn from it, there's no point. The certification doesn't matter. There's so many people that have UX design certifications, it really doesn't mean anything nowadays. It's nice to have on your resume, but it's not going to get you hired. It's all about the applied knowledge that you get from that boot camp and the portfolio that comes out of it. However, if you're a self-studier, putting money into a boot camp may not be worth it. If you have the discipline to put together a syllabus for yourself and study and stick with it, good for you. Put together a sick portfolio, and you might have just as good a shot of getting hired as someone who does graduate from a boot camp. I couldn't do that. I unfortunately am the type of person who needs to put money into something as like an investment in order for me to stick to it. I know that is terrible, but it's just how I am. I need the financial investment in order to feel like I have to complete it. So if you're the type of person who can just study by yourself, that is awesome and you should do that. I recommend looking at UX design case studies on on platforms like Behance to sort of learn what's important in a case study. It'll help you learn about UX design and what actually matters. I'd also watch UX design critique videos. And you could also purchase a certain someone's digital UX design workbook that will help you get your case study together. But for the sake of your resume, if you choose to go the self-learning path, do your best, and this is for everybody, but especially if you're on the self-learning path, I recommend working with a small local business, maybe do a redesign for their website or work on an app for them. Even if they don't use it, you can put it on your resume as a design project. This way you have something UX related on your resume. Again, a UX bootcamp is definitely not worth it if you're not going to put in the work. You need to want to really try and solve problems with your case studies. Like I said earlier, the UX field is getting super saturated, but you can stand out by putting a lot of care and passion into your projects, so that way you stand out from all the other people who have bootcamp prompted projects. And I've also talked about getting into UX design for the right reasons on my channel. And I don't say this to gatekeep the UX design career. It's really about the fact that if you're just getting into UX design for the money or because you think it's glamorous working in tech, watch my last video and you will learn how not glamorous it is. You're probably not going to make it, and that's just the truth, because the field is just becoming so saturated, and while there's a lot of companies looking for UX designers, it's really a lot about personality and passion and empathy and that kind of stuff. Like, tech is only a small part of it. You have to really want to care about the user. You have to really want to help them and give them the best experience possible. So if you're just becoming a UX designer because it's a fat paycheck, you're probably not going to make it, because by the time you get to the actual hiring managers who are, in the UX field, they're going to sense that you don't really care. So maybe UX design just isn't right for you. And so yeah, a boot camp wouldn't be worth it because it's going to be hard for you to get a job. So to sum it up, yes, I do believe that a UX design bootcamp is worth it in 2023 if you get into it for the right reasons. A bootcamp is not going to get you a job, but the knowledge that you get from the bootcamp should put you in a position to do your own projects to help you build up a sick portfolio that will then help you get a job. I can tell you, I wouldn't have gotten a job if I didn't do the bootcamp, because the bootcamp taught me in a way that worked for me what UX design is, what the design process is, what you should care about, that then put me in a position to do my own projects and learn and get my hands dirty. So without the bootcamp, it wouldn't have caused that chain reaction of things that did get me a UX design job. The bootcamp was about $6,000. I more than tripled my salary. I work in a field that I love for my dream company. So yeah, it was definitely worth it. However, if you have the ability to self-study and or start up a freelance career, a bootcamp might be an unnecessary expense for you. There are so many resources out there nowadays that you could teach yourself for cheap, if not free. I do believe that a bootcamp is one of the more efficient ways to learn. That's a personal opinion. That's what worked for me. But I think that you already know the answer for yourself and you're just looking for validation. So if you do decide that a bootcamp is right for you, just make sure that you are picking one that matches your learning style. I cannot stress this enough. If you just go for the cheapest bootcamp, it might not match your learning style and you'll come out of there with a certificate and nothing else. And that's not worth it. So you need to do some soul searching, some critical thinking, and make the decision for yourself. I wish you the very best of luck. Good luck in your journey, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.